Call the names. Wake the room. Wake the room. Wake the room! Luyu, Rex, Pam Ray, Naomi, Afasiana, Babbler, Monarch Soul, Jojo, Gray Eyes, Fillmyeyes. Poets assemble. No masks, no manners. Say it plain, or say it broken. Monday night in the garden of enlightenment. Low light lit minds, every line got intent. Clock ticks crooked and the room turns vigilant. Quiet so loud you can hear what the tension meant. Then it slips after midnight, manners get murdered. Nice little masks get cracked by a word or a murmur. Twisted Tuesdays twist truth till it turns on its heel. Clean cut faces go strange when the dark gets real. You can feel that shift, that slick little slip when the grin stays sweet, but the eyes don't sit. Like the room grew ribs, like the walls grew ears, like the hush got hands and it's pulling you near. And the words don't rest, they press. Put a heel on the chest, leave a dent in the breath. Every line like a knock from the back of the brain. Like you came in one shape, you won't leave the same. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whispering the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, Wednesday breaks, parts in the park, sink down the spine, half halo, half hazard, both hands in the light. In the yard, a seduction walks soft through the smoke. Silk on the tongue with the blade in the joke. Books and bards wakes dust in the depth of the shelves. Old ghosts lean out and start naming themselves in a craft and sullen up the ache. Gets a voice, pain stands up street and makes silence a choice. Then break on through when the devil gives way. When the masses sink but the pulse says pray. Echoes in the dark, go hunt the fear. That thing with no name starts ringing in your ear. Say it, say it. Fill my eyes with poetry, don't water it down. Let it bite, let it bloom, let it burn through the crowd. Bad company grins like a bruise, dressed smart. And rhythm and rhyme puts a boot through the heart. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, some come shattered, some come slick. Some speak honey with a blade in it. Some sound velvet, some sound wire. Some walk in low and take the room higher. Some come holy, some come liars. That's the thing! This ain't filler for the dead space, no. This is a pulse with a pen, this is blood with an echo, this is breath to the backbone, ink with the crown, live mics, live nerve, truth laid bare in the round. This is the beautiful mess, the bruise and the bloom, the line that cuts clean and makes a little room. Late souls, wide eyes, all nerve in the dark. A room full of hearts beating hard through the dark. Wake the room, wake the room. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. slips past polite. We tell the truth. LNP, we love you. Stay frosty.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fillmyeyes and IntimidusRex with poetry. I don't think Rex is going to be here tonight. He's supposed to be somewhere else. But we have Pam filling in, God bless her heart. She had nothing better to do but come and hang out with me.
Yeah, it was an option between that and sleep. And, sleep is overrated.
Oof, I don't know about all that. I've been sleeping. It's so humid here, I can't stand it.
Oh my gosh, here
Ugh.
too.
And last
And
night,
especially since about a half hour ago, it started like downpouring, and that just added to the humidity.
yeah, well, hopefully it'll come back and knock it out. We we've actually been having some crappy weather actually. This morning I'm sitting here and my son had finished doing something. He was doing something electrical, of course. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, you smell something burning? He goes, yeah, it's the air outside, Mom. I said, oh. I said, yeah, Canada's trying to kill us. I said, oh my God. So I don't know the truth to that, but I did see that we have uh, oh, how did they word it? Because we don't have them here often. We just had a really bad air day coming up for tomorrow. So it's pretty nasty. The air quality is supposed to be really rotten. So
Yeah.
I said, oh, good, just what I need. My daughter says to me, how you making out with the air? And I said, well, I don't know. If I went outside, I might be able to tell you. I just keep standing in front of this air conditioner or that air conditioner or the other air conditioner. Who knows? But I do have to let the thank you. Thanks a lot, Quick, and I appreciate it very much, very much. But yeah, I don't do the humidity well at all. But the smoky smell is. My grandson came in last night and said, yeah, Grandma, he says, you can't even see outside. I said, what the hell are you talking about? And I get up this I get up this morning or later last night. I went out to let the dog out, or when I got up, I looked out the door and I said, wow, he wasn't even playing around. And here I am arguing with him. Yeah, right, sure. Heaven forbid I should just believe him. But yeah, what can you say? Oh, but hopefully,
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is bad. Our air quality was actually better than it has been the last 3 days. Like yesterday and the day before, we were actually into like the red category, like, extremely unhealthy. And today
right?
we managed to go not into green, but into yellow. So that
Well, they said we're supposed to be at purple tomorrow. Purple tomorrow.
oh
I
my
have no
goodness.
idea.
Yeah, that's bad. You definitely stay indoors, and even
Uh,
indoors, my goodness, it's crazy how it just kind of creeps in. And
yeah.
yeah, hot for most of the day. It was hot and humid. Like we reached up to 91,
Mm,
and it was just humid, humid, humid.
yeah. Well, our high
And
today was 89. So it
oh
says.
my god,
I don't know.
that's
But it
that's
says,
still hot to me.
yeah, but see, I don't know how much I trust it because it's a 0% humidity. And I'll tell you what,
Right.
my chest would argue with that one. That is for sure. Now, I do see we're supposed to have, uh, oh, I don't know what that is. I got a symbol on my, well, it must have something to do with the air quality because I have no idea what that symbol is. But it's supposed to have thunderstorms tomorrow. So hopefully that will
Okay.
straighten it out a little bit. Who knows? But I've been huffy and puffy and ready to sleep all week. It's like I get up and I go to sleep, and then I get up and I go back to sleep. I am I live in the perpetual nap zone this week, so life is all right. 65. Oh my God. Quicken says it's 65 right now. Wow. Where is that the spitball? Well, we don't have that over here. I have to go back
We
over to
don't. I
I have to go over
know.
to shoot spitballs at them. And I know that Aaron said it's 50 something, 50
54, yep.
something like
And
that. I don't know where it went.
I think I honestly wouldn't mind trading at this point.
Right, right.
Oh,
I could do 65. That would be comfy. I would like 65 all during the day, though. That would be all right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see. That's Quicken and Aaron. Yumpy, what you got up there?
he's got 68.
Where the hell did you see that? I can't find any of them. Don't want to show us Quicken
Um,
because it's the bottom
in
of
in
the list.
StreamYard chat.
Well, that's where I am, but okay.
Oh, I
I
don't
don't know.
know. They're only posting for me. It's the secret chat.
There you go. No, I mean, I saw Aaron post, but then I can't find it again. God forbid.
Very weird.
Yeah,
Um,
and I saw Quicken
must be a
post.
little bit of glitching.
Yeah, I think the only glitch is me. It's probably my brain. Yeah, what can I tell you? But no, isn't that weird? That is so. Oh, there it is. There's Aaron's. I see Quickens. I don't know. Oh, that's it. You're all answering to Pam because you don't want to get dragged into the dungeon. Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Hey, that makes
apparently.
sense. Yeah. See? They have no fear of me,
Oh.
Pam. They have no fear of me. Ah,
Uh-huh, exactly. Now,
ah.
it's always these guys. It's never the ones that are around during shows that beg to be dragged into the dungeon.
That's because Robbie doesn't come and hang out anymore.
That's right.
That's what it is. Yeah. Ah, let me see now. And JoJo, you said it was nice today. I saw that much, but I don't remember what it said. Do you remember, Pam? Come on, you may as well tell me JoJo's weather too. Ah,
Jojo said it made it. Oh gosh, I think he said. I have to
85 or
scroll
something.
back for that one.
85.
I know it was warm. I know he said he's also supposed to get the thunderstorms tomorrow.
Well, there's Yumpy.
Um,
Yeah, I saw JoJo say it was beautiful. That's what I remember.
oh, okay.
That's what
Okay.
I remember.
I swear he added a temperature to that. But
He may have. Oh, he says he thinks it was 82 degrees today. Okay,
ah,
humid, not humid.
that's
Humid is wonderful. Absolutely.
and not humid. 82
Yeah,
degrees and not humid.
that sounds like a wonderful, wonderful day to me. But I'm not going out to admire any of it.
Right.
Nope, 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 nope. Otherwise, Pam will be doing a lot more shows for a few days. I don't want to
Oh
do
my
that to
goodness
her.
gracious. Yeah, and none of us want that.
Well, I
The
know you don't want it. You don't necessarily need it, you know. But Quicken says he's already got lightning there. Ah, I don't know. It's not supposed to start raining
I
here.
think Quicken is also a little bit. Isn't Quicken like in Michigan or something like that, or do I have that wrong?
No, he's up somewhere in
Oh,
yeah, in
okay.
New York, upstate New York.
Oh, geez. I must be thinking of, I don't know why I thought Michigan, because in my mind I was thinking, even though he's not like right next to Wisconsin, that he's closer than everybody else, but he isn't.
No,
So,
nope, nope.
no,
He's smarter than to go over near Wisconsin. He's heard about
yeah.
the folks that run through there. Yep. Yes, he's somewhere near the something mountains. Last time I said it, I had the wrong ones. But something Wisconsin. I want to say now. Last time I think I said something else, but I think I want to say the Adirondacks this time. Look, I was right tonight. That's a miracle in itself. It takes me a long time to figure out where everybody is. I got Connecticut,
Nice.
Melbourne, and up near the Poconos, and near the Adirondacks, and Wisconsin, and then there's me. I know where I am. Kinda. I'm 45 minutes north of Center City, Philadelphia. Depending on traffic. Oh God. Yes. See, I can remember the Adirondack because I like Adirondack chairs. Of course, I can't get the hell out of them once I sit in them, but I like them.
Right?
Yes.
Like once I sit in, I'm the same way. Once I sit in one, I sit there admiring the handiwork because there's nothing else I can do. I'm
Yes.
just
My
stuck
sister
there.
my sister has Adirondack chairs on her back deck, and every time I go there, I sit down and I always sit on the very edge at the front. And people say, "Need anything?" Nope, I'm just fine. Thank you very much. Yeah. I know if I sit back in it, I'll never get the hell up. I'll be laughing my ass off trying to lift it all out.
Hmm.
Snake Bend Alley. What is Snake Bend Alley?
I don't know, but apparently, Q thinks you belong there or something.
Oh,
Um,
oh, he hasn't seen it. One straight road there. Yeah, well, there's a few. There's a few. If you get on Broad Street, you can come kind of straight up. And if you get on, well, that might be the only one. Oh my God. Yeah, you kind of have to finagle. Yes, yes, yes. And if you don't know any of the back roads, well, you're just in it for the duration. But yeah, 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 yeah. Tilt your head to make it straight. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh my God. There's some kind of truth to that. Ah, but there's some areas that are really bad. With curves and hills and oh my God. I think Manayunk's one of them. I think isn't it Manayunk that's supposed to be up and down, around, around? Oh, it's crazy. See, I'm not the greatest because I don't travel far from home. I can get from here to Center City, but I usually take 95. That's pretty straight. Yes, you hop right. Once you get on I-95, you can go from Florida all the way up to probably all the way up to Maine. I don't know. I only know it goes up to New York because I've never driven past there. But it's long straight road. Well, at least I think it's straight. It never feels too wonky. Ugh.
yeah, I get that. I have such a bad sense of direction that anytime road trips have been mentioned, I always would tell friends, listen, I'll supply gas money, I'll supply snacks, I'll let you choose the music, but do not expect me to be involved in the directions. Like,
Absolutely.
I am not the person to hold the map and give you directions. I will get you lost. I had one friend, we were both so bad at finding our way anywhere, we'd get so easily lost that there was one time we were going on a short road trip with the kids, and this was like when my second born was like 4 years old, and he pipes up 5 minutes into the drive and goes, "Are we lost yet?"
Oh
Not
my God.
even are we lost
Yeah.
or wait until somebody says we're lost. It's are we lost yet?
Uh,
That
well,
just cracks me up.
with me, I'm kind of different than that. I have I have a good sense of direction, but do not tell me to go north, south, east, or west
Oh yeah,
because
that
then I
too.
just freeze because I have to figure out where I am to start with.
Yep.
What space am I in, and what is east, what is north, what is south, and what is west? So, but if I get lost anywhere, I know I want to go a right, a left, a right, and another right, and I'm heading back towards home. Don't ask me how, but I can get it. I can always get us home. Always. No, no, no. Don't tell me to use the sun because then I have to stop and figure out what time of day it is and where it should be. So just forget it, Quicken. Forget it. Forget it. Nice try though. Thank you for the. No, no, can't use the stars. Ugh, then I just want to sit back and just watch them. That could be dangerous. There's no moss on the main roads, not even in Pennsylvania. It would
You'd
not
have to make yourself even more lost just looking for moss. And then you'd
get.
be like, and then like you'd be like, okay, moss is on the grows on the north side of a tree, and at least I think it's the north or something like that. And you'd be like, but which way is that? And I don't know. It would be just so much confusion.
Well, see,
It would be crazy.
one of my blessings is when I was young in my teens, I used to go out with my girlfriends, and they used to like to party it up while they were out driving, and I never did that. When we were driving, I was all business. Even if I wasn't the one driving, I was still all business. And they would go up to God knows where, and they'd say, oh, and they'd pull over. And they say, okay, Gene, you get to drive us home. I said, where the hell are we? They say, I don't know. I said, well, how the hell do I get home? They go, I don't know. And I'd be looking at them. And I get in the driver's seat, and for sure, I swear to God, I'd be sitting in the driver's seat saying, well, where the hell is home, right? I don't know where I am, let alone where I want to go to. And I would get in the car, and I go, okay. And they'd be all laughing and giggling and having a good old time. And here I was going, okay, I want to make a right. Yeah, I want to make a left. I always got us home. Always, always, always got us home. Always. Couldn't tell you how, but I always got us home. True story. They used to do it to me all the time. They did.
Oh my goodness.
They did.
That
And I
is,
used to look at them. I say, and we still laugh about it, all three of us. There used to be four of us that traveled, but I'm still in contact with two of them. And honest to God, I say to them, you guys used to be such dirty dogs. You would take me to God knows where. One time we drove to Bethlehem, PA. Now, I know that doesn't mean anything to you. I don't know if Q knows where that is. We were going to follow the star of Bethlehem. We were just laughing and having some fun, right? And we got all the way up there to find out that you couldn't. All I know is we got all the way up there and I found out it was all cordoned off. You couldn't get to the star, right? So we're all looking at each other. And they did. And I didn't know where the hell Bethlehem was. You know? And they said, okay, Gene, you can get us home from here. I said, where the hell is home from here? Yeah, I'll never forget it. They put me and stranded me in Bethlehem. You know?
oh my goodness
I'm lucky I
gracious.
didn't find the baby Jesus. But yeah, you passed your house yesterday, Quicken? Now that's bad. I've never done that. I'm not quite that bad. Silly. Yeah. But yeah, but I'm not the greatest with directions. But I can usually find my way back home. You know. Yeah, it's like you take your cat and you move 400 miles away, and the cat gets out of the car and finds its way back home to where it came from. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. And no, Eugene can't find his way out of a paper bag, a wet paper bag, no less. Just in case you didn't think I saw that. Uh,
Mhm.
that's okay. One day I went on a job interview. Probably the only job interview that ever took place on New Year's Day. I'm supposed to come home and cook dinner after this job interview. I get in the car, go to the job interview, someplace I'd never been before. And on the way home, I come up the turnpike, right? Another main drag around here. Up the turnpike, and I'm driving and driving and driving. And all of a sudden I realized I must have missed my stop because I was like really far from where I needed to be. So I called home and I said to my kids, they were, oh God, how old were they? 14, 14 and 16, 15 and 13. I said, look, get that meat out of the refrigerator, put it in this pan, because it was going to take me at least another hour and a half to get home. And I had to cook dinner. So I said, get it out, salt and pepper, put it together, put it in the pan, put it in the oven. Well, when will you be home? I said, I have no idea. Just do what I tell you. So they put dinner in the oven for New Year's Day because I was at least an hour and a half above where I should have been, all because I missed the turn on the turnpike. There's no bueno, no bueno. But I did laugh. I did. Yeah, all right. That 3 hours for a 40-minute trip. That's what reminded me of that story. I don't know. It's always something. Always.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
But I have to laugh at some of them. Uh, yeah, I get turned around and then I have to really get my bearings and go, okay, I need to go right, left, left, right, left, 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 left. No, I can't make too many lefts. I'll be back where I started. But, it was pretty crazy. But my girlfriends, boy, good thing I had a sense of direction. We'd have never gotten home. We'd still be riding around.
Right?
It's a good thing little Q knew where you were going, Q. Good thing. Good thing. Oh no, I can't find the mute button. I don't.
Uh-oh.
I don't hit it that often anymore. I mean, I
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
better at not being on it for too long. See, now you're starting to sound like Aaron. Quicken, silly. Yeah. See how he is? Uh huh. Uh huh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, 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 love. Oh my God, love is all you need. Oh my goodness. Well,
That
Pam,
and coffee.
what's that?
I said that and coffee.
Coffee. Yeah, coffee, coffee.
Yeah.
I haven't had coffee in a week. Maybe that's why I've been sleeping all week. I don't think so, though. I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I haven't had the ambition to make any. It's rough. It's rough. I get up in the morning and I'm like, nah, I don't think so. I'm not going to bother with it today. Yeah. And I come on in and sit around for about 2 hours, and I say, you know what? I think it's nap time. Hey, PM, you're going to have your deep voice on a few times tonight, I think.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, I hope we're going to be taking turns with the deep voices.
All depends on how they fall in line.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I imagine Jean earlier rearranging the board. Yep, this will be Pam's. This will be Pam's.
Well, nope, you got a deep voice, high voice. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It looks pretty good so far.
Well, I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
Oh,
I
yeah?
Too bad I don't have that. One of my kids used to have a Duck Dynasty beard that they used as a Halloween costume.
Oh,
I
there
could
you
wear
go.
my Duck Dynasty beard and a plaid shirt, and that would make my voice deeper.
See this? See this? It's all in the outfit. Oh, my. I don't know. Ouch. Ah, Quicken says baritone it, Pam. I know you got it.
Oh.
Uh, no Mumbai maple syrup, no Bombay sapphire. Old joke, old joke. Worn out. It's a worn out one.
What is Mumbai maple syrup?
I don't know. I think he's just being funny.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But
Never heard of it, so I have to assume it's a joke. See, just made it up.
on
See?
Wednesday, we found out there's a drink. I forget. It's called Cedar something, but it's basically what it is it's gin with infused with the cedar smoke.
Well, there you go. What more could it be
Yes.
for? No, no, no. The gin I have here at this house is going to sit here at this house for a long time. They might have to bury it with me, or no, I don't want them to bury it with me. It's just too mean. It's mean stuff. I don't like it. Don't like it. It's too harsh. And I've never met a gin that wasn't kind of harsh, but this is really harsh. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Like there's no enjoyment whatsoever. Maple whiskey.
Like, yeah, I get that. I think that happens all. Oh yeah, maple. I actually have had maple whiskey before.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
think I saw a recipe with some maple whiskey, and it's just today actually. I think it was supposed to be kind of like s'mores. It had like a marshmallow flavor and a maple whiskey flavor
uh-huh.
and something else flavor, and I was going, oh, sounded like a toothache waiting to happen.
Right,
But then, see,
right.
then again, it could just get rid of the uh, could get rid of the pain of the toothache at the same time, I guess. I had to think about that. It gets an infinite supply from Canada. Okay, maple whiskey. There you go. Oh, I've had me some 151 in my days. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yes. Yes. My sister's ex-sister-in-laws used to bring the 151 to the parties all the time. Come on, Gene, have some 151 for us. I said, sure. I drink it too. I never got too crazy. Yeah, that's some, but that's some good stuff. Yeah, that's good. See, it's good stuff. I like it.
Hmm.
Yeah, 151 proof. Mm, yep, yep. Get you going before you get it down. Kind of works. Oh my gosh. Well, let's see. I guess maybe we should do some poetry.
Sounds good to me.
I ain't got none left, Q, so it doesn't matter. Okay, let me throw out that soda bottle. I just had a Pepsi. Maybe that'll give me some ambition for tonight. Okay, Pam, this first poem is called On Passing by Big Daddy Love. So whenever you are ready.
All right. To pass the door of death and shed the constraint of time, I must keep my consciousness and shed my physical body. Some things are eternal, some things are not meant to be. Time is law, there are laws, laws we cannot violate. We have time as a constraint here in this dimension. It is so because of our past life. We made it so. Time is another law, and it is called free will. I create my next existence by myself in my own oneness. We all do. Our dreams teach belief before we notice. It's bigger than what you can dream you can achieve, which works in this dimension, but the next is being painted in the now by each soul in the present, shaped by the days of past and the dreams of tomorrow. Those who create similarly will be there beside me to those who don't, won't. My karma, my family, my ancestors will receive me. In life, we make it. We make life. We make reality. In the next life, we create it also. We believe what we dream. I found in this life a book. The Bible tells me where I am going. I speak of the release, the shedding of time that comes when I pass the next portal. There will be no pain, no tears in heaven. Laws will transform. Time is no longer a taskmaster, for he made me to lie down in green pastures. Time dissolves in eternity. I am young, I am old, my temple won't last. I am content with the life I've lived and see time's transition ahead for me, as certain as the word of God. This gift, this temple, it's temporal. I have been building my earthly temple since I drew my first breath. God's walking, talking, doing temple here on earth, but the cracks in the straight temple walls bear witness to the revenges of time. Laws not meant to be broken, pain in the joints, aches in the brain, a sure sign of time's law, and in heaven's eternity, time's put in place. This temporary temple, a painful gift. One day I won't type to you anymore, though. And then, end poem.
Nice read, Pam. Nice read. What a wonderful piece this is. I saw this on the reading list, I think 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I don't know. It was a while ago. Um, and I really liked where he was going with it. I speak of the release, the shedding of time that comes when I pass the next portal. There will be no pain, no tears in heaven. Laws will transform. Time is no longer a taskmaster, for He made me to lie down in green pastures. Time dissolves in eternity. I am young. I am old. My temple won't last. I am content with the life I've lived and see time's transition ahead for me, as certain as the word of God. This gift, this temple, it's temporal. Yeah, this is just very well written. I like how he expressed himself in this. Wonderful thoughts throughout. I mean, there's so much going on here. Um, I mean, really, there's so much at the end that I thought was wonderful, um, and so very much at the beginning even. So very well done, Big Daddy Love, and thanks for letting us read it tonight. Really well done and great job. Hmm.
Great comment there, Jean. Yeah, I thought this was a beautiful and thoughtful spiritual rite. I like how it reflects on the temporary nature of our time here on Earth and the idea of another life where time is put on in its place, where it doesn't matter. This has amazing imagery throughout. I like how it acknowledges life as a gift that only lasts for so long, and what so we have to appreciate it while we have it, but we also have to and face the inevitable reality that it will end. And I thought there was great lines throughout, but I as especially like I am content with the life I've lived and see time's transition ahead for me, as certain as the word of God. This gift, this temple, it's temporal. And then I liked the stanza after that, and also um, the ending. One day I won't type to you more though, and then I like that he. That I think that makes for a strong ending, leaving it the idea of what will be, that the mystery of what will be after this life. So excellent, right, and very well done.
Absolutely. Uh, okay, you gotta give me 2 seconds now.
All
Oh,
right.
the agony of commenting first. um, yes, yes, yes. Well, let's see what's going on. Hi, Robbie. Welcome aboard. He must have heard me say that he didn't want to. He doesn't join us anymore, so we don't get him begging for you to take him to the dungeon. Ah, can't help it. Can't help it, Robbie. Can't help it. Okay. So this next piece that I am going to put up is called "My Patience for You" by Angela Aquino. Mm-hmm. Oh, might just let me have a link eventually. Gosh dang it. It's so glitchy. Okay. My Patience for You by Angela Aquino. As the wind shifts deep through the valleys, there's a thrill lifting my spirit. Months pass and I can still feel the warm touch of your hand with mine. Now he holds the whole of you. My shadow slips in minutes every night. As you sleep, I watch, remembering your sweetness in silence. His silence is deafening. Drops of taint in his morning milk that only he will drink. I cannot win your heart back with your love, but maybe in grief I will be by your side, holding your hand. For now, I wait till the moon arrives to plan our future. I will not let you go. Never. End poem.
Great read there, Jean. What a beautiful dark tale by Angela Aquino. I like the first person narrative. I like the imagery in this. I think it's really captivating lines, and this is a dark rite that speaks to me mainly on longing expressed in moments of death and despair. The idea of having lost someone to this shadow man, when I feel like the shadow man could be one of two things. It could be death itself, or it could be a physical, a non-human representation of depression. Um, but I think there's strong lines throughout. But I did especially like my shadow slips in minutes every night. As you sleep, I watch, remembering your sweetness and silence. His silence is deafening, drops of taint in his morning milk that only he will drink. Wonderful lines here, beautifully written and very well done um, by Angela Aquino.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought this was a well penned piece by Angela. Great imagery, and it speaks to me of loss. There's a certain loss throughout this, even though it's written to to a prompt. Um, that's the vibe that I get from it. I cannot win your heart back with your love, but maybe in grief I will be by your side, holding your hand. For now, I wait till the moon arrives to plan our future. I will not let you go, never. There's a loss that may be on the other side. You know, um, there's a chance that things will work out, is what I get from this. So I think it was just really well done, and yeah, just a great piece by Angela. And yes, yes, yes. So thank you for sharing with us, Angela Aquino. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter if I come in first or last. Oh my gosh.
Um, I Either way is good with me.
Yeah, either way, it just is what it is. So
Yep,
works.
yep.
Okay, let's see what I have now. Okay, Pam, you can relax your voice for this one. This next
All
piece
right.
is called. Oh, let's see what's going on over here. Oh, the fellas are just being saying their highs and how are yous. Okay. This next piece is called Winged Guests by Jolly Tiger Banana. So whenever you are ready, Pam.
All right. Red wing flickers at the edge of the hedge, a small ember in the February dark, while wax wings gather like a quiet choir, polishing the air with their soft lacquered masks. Common crossbills work the pines, as if unlocking a secret the forest keeps. Their bills cross like a riddle only winter understands. A whooper swan lifts its long white note into the sky, light bending around it, a shape made of feather and breath. Red berries burn on bare branches, tiny lanterns for travelers blown off course, signposts for an eruption year when hunger redraws the map and wings follow the compass of need. And in the hush between wing beats, the landscape listens, holding all these bright wanders, as if they were sparks that might at any moment set the cold world glowing. End poem.
Nice read, Pam. Nice read. I thought that this was a nice piece by Jolly Tiger Banana. I thought there was wonderful imagery throughout, and great stanzas. Let me see. Let me see. I laughed because the only Red Wing I know is a hockey team. So I was feeling kind of silly on that first stanza, I have to admit. But common crossbills work the pines, as if unlocking a secret the forest keeps. Their bills crossed like a riddle only winter understands. The whooper swan lifts its long white note into the sky, light bending around it, a shape made of feather and breath. Um, I mean, it's just wonderful imagery in each one of the stanzas as you go through, and very well done. Very well done. So thank you for sharing with us, Jolly Tiger Banana.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think this is wonderful. It has such beautiful imagery. I've never actually heard of a whooper swan.
Me neither.
So I'm not really sure what that is. I've heard of trumpet swans or the trumpeter swans. But oh,
Yeah.
it is the Eurasian counterpart of the North American trumpeter swan.
Oh, see that?
Okay. So very similar, obviously. Um, and but I love the way she goes through the different birds and how how busy they are, how they really kind of add something to the atmosphere. I actually see. I don't know if she means red-winged blackbirds. I'm assuming she does, but I
Maybe.
see quite a few of red-winged blackbirds. They that live near the river and the marshlands that I walk by sometimes.
Okay.
Swans are absolutely beautiful, and the I love her attention to detail and the mention also of the red berries and how the birds use those for nourishment and how sometimes a flock of birds or a group of birds will need to go off their path in order to find what they need to keep themselves nourished. The idea that you know um, how nature helps each other, how there's kind of sense of balance created within the beauty of nature. Wonderful lines throughout, but I did especially like those last two stanzas.
Nice.
Very well done.
Very cool. Okay, this next piece I'm going to put is called Hope. The next piece I'm going to put up is called Hope and Recognition. No, Hope and Reconnection. Oh my God, by Sapphire Rose. This could get better and better. Okay, and I have an audio for this. So give me a second and let me hit the button.
Redemption and Reconnection by Sapphire Rose. I reflect on my choices, standing in front of the mirror, my face sad and lonely. I see myself staring back, but it's not the face of the woman I used to be, when words were beyond meaning and reflection was nothing more than a fleeting memory. When you and I were nothing more than a heartbreaking goodbye. Deep inside, I was dying. Still, you never saw me cry. As I rise like a phoenix, breaking free from my pain, whispering softly into the silence, in a voice that is willing to explain. Yet my still breath quivers when I feel like everyone is judging. Pain in many ways is intertwined with love, and my suffering has paved a way forward. So I choose to keep a light on in hopes of illuminating that future path, reminding myself that even in my darkest of moments, and there have been many, that there is still potential for redemption and reconnection. End poem.
Wow, what a great piece by Sapphire Rose. I know from what I have seen in the author's notes, this was dedicated to Deanne, and she wanted to express her sincerest apologies for the moments of disconnection between them. And I think that this was so well said and such a great way to reach out to someone, you know, uh, expressing the regret. Oh, hi Pam, welcome back. The regret of that the time lost, and I think it was beautifully written and beautifully recorded. So well done, and thank you for sharing with us tonight, Sapphire Rose.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, And yeah, I always appreciate Sapphire Rose's rights and audios. I will say I could not hear it myself So I figured if I dropped and came back, I would miss this one. But if we had any other audios, maybe I would hear them. But chances are it's going to be one of those nights.
You might want, yeah.
But yeah, I thought this was so beautiful, so heartfelt, really emotive lines throughout, and I like how it speaks on the idea of a woman or a person who who wants to look towards a brighter future and the potential for redemption from the past. Like this feels like a a poem of healing, and I thought there were great lines throughout, but I especially like where it says, "When you and I were nothing more than a heartbreaking goodbye, deep inside I was dying, still you never saw me cry. As I rise like a phoenix breaking free from my pain, whispering softly into the silence in a voice that is willing to explain." Sometimes you just have to be willing to open up the gates to communication and see what happens from there. So, absolutely a wonderful write from Sapphire Rose and very well done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to agree. Okay. Now, even though Rex is not with us tonight, Rex is with us tonight. The next piece I have to put up is called, oh, hang on, I gotta find the right space to put this. And let me put it over here. This piece is called Moonlightin' in Black Lace Bourbon by IntimidusRex. I have an audio for this. So let me hit that button.
Sometimes, if you want to find a city's heartbeat, you gotta go troll, where the streetlights hold no glow, and the neon is a multicolored flash of faux snow sparkling in that misty eve. This was a bespoken joint, a speakeasy like no other, a tawdry, bawdy, dark and smoky basement rookery. Jazz smoothing out a boisterous background, click-clacking thump, cueing the next stick-hound's illusion of high-stakes nine-ball in empty pockets. Knob Creek taking the edge off a miserable night of moonlight and its soul-crushing paradox of needing to scrub my mind clean. She moved like a cobra, a lithe, curvaceous undulation that was more glide than strut, and it was Morticia mesmerism. I watched as she took the stage, grabbed that 40s style mic, and belted out Peggy Lee's Fever. I was gobsmacked, a heated smolder fluttering in my gullet as I watched her writhe, green eyes locked, loaded. The room fell away in wisps of blue-gray smoke, delivering that sultry Manx to my table. A dreamscape vista, full-bodied and vibrant. A bottle of bourbon and 2 glasses, conversating time, melting, mellifluous. Some things don't need the verve in vocality until that bird sings its song of full-breasted and throaty raspings, calling from air-eed muddled sheets and that mingling glisten of flesh, swimming in that desiderata conflagration, paving our starburst immolation as shadows clinging to the papered walls, and as vespers seething the air without physicality. Our molecular structure, vaporous, mystic chaos of our cosmic cataclysm, flaring, novastic. Sensimilia curls, honey taste, black lace, bourbon, and midnight's moonlit madness cued the felt of demi-tasse renderings as the guise of terra firma slipped into an ocean of surreality and ground down moonbeams.
Pam.
Oh, is it over?
Uh-huh. Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I will have to go listen to that later because I have no doubt it was Rex's usual quality work. And what did you think of this, Jean?
I thought it was a wonderful piece penned by Rex. Great take on the prompts that were given in the contest. He hit on all of the prompts in, I think it was Sapphire Rose's contest. Yes, it was. And I think that, Rex has a way of saying everything. So I have to say, it was totally him through and through. Let me see. I picked it up here. I watched as she took the stage, grabbed the 40 style mic, and belted out Peggy Lee's Fever. I was gobsmacked, and heated smolder flutter in my gullet as I watched her writhe, green eyes locked and loaded. The room fell away in wisps of blue-gray smoke, delivering that sultry Manx to my table. A dreamscape vista, full-bodied and vibrant. A bottle of bourbon and 2 glasses, conversating time melting mellifluous. And I took it down to the end because I thought I didn't want to stop here and I didn't want to stop there, so I did take it to the bottom. But a great piece by Rex and very well done. So thank you for sharing with us tonight, Rex. Shame you were not here to hear yourself talk. Just saying.
Right, right, exactly. Well, hopefully he gets a chance to listen in. Yeah, and just do me a favor if we have any other audios, just go straight into saying something so that I know it's over.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And all right, yeah. Oh my goodness. As always, this is a very impressive write by Rex. You can tell he definitely had a lot of fun with this one. And I love the mention of the speakeasy, like this was a bespoken joint, a speakeasy like no other, a tawdry, bawdy, dark and smoky basement rookery, jazz smoothing out a boisterous background, click clacking, thump cueing, the next stick hounds, illusion of high stakes 9-ball in empty pockets. I love the wordplay in this. It is so fun and so clever and sexy at the same time. I also really like the end stanza. Sinsamilla curls, honey taste, black lace, bourbon, and midnights. Moonlit madness cued the felt of Demeter's renderings as the guise of terra firma slipped into an ocean of seriality and ground down moonbeams. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh, I guess I was supposed to send that over there. Okay. Let me make sure I'm kind of get myself back on the ball here. Okay. This next piece that I'm going to put up is called Pen or Ice by Rhymed Raven. It was nice to see Rhymed pop into the room last week.
It is, yes.
Okay, now I have to find it over here. Oh, God. I'm telling you, this new thing is going to make me crazy. Okay. Pen or ice. I think of words of maiden phrases, fillers of sections, and structural voids, my syllabus of one. I frame my sentences as cries for help, as tantrums of lunacy. A lunatic with a crayon I am. pencil and paper loaded with innuendos and lock and loaded catchphrases, cultivated over time and experience, excavated from the emotional dumpster of a selective memory, mine. The pen shakes between my fingers as I hold it tighter and tighter. I want the words to escape, yet remain committed to my skin, as tattoos are on drunken sailors. The drooling of a membrane in heat helps my grip gain momentum and loosens my thoughts as my pen glides on empty sheets, leaving behind the true markings of a struggling writer. A blockade unblocked by ink skid marks. I see the light as my lines get lighter. I smirk, clench my left fist, and brace myself for hope, only to realize I'm just running out of ink. I stop and read, reread, then read again, for no writer is whole until all the commas are drawn and a semicolon is surgically implanted where it doesn't belong. Right there at the end, where hope and ink collide, where poets exhale, making the last scribbles appear in darker tones, subtly contrasting with the diluted scotch, now that 2 ice cubes have melted. End poem.
Great read there, Jean. It really is nice to see Rhyme Graven again, and see him sharing a write with us. Um, I think this has amazing imagery and metaphors, captivating lines. As soon as I saw the line, "A lunatic with a crayon I am," I thought of Harold and the Purple Crayon. Oh man, it's obviously been a very long time since I read that book. But really creative in its presentation. I like how one of the main things this speaks to me on. Well, dang it, I can't just read what I wrote earlier because I can't find my freaking comment. What the heck? Well, dang it, now I'm going to have to make something new up. This
Uh,
isn't fair.
Let me see.
Um, Here we go. I found it. Like one of the main things this speaks to me of is that it speaks on the learning to have an understanding of self and loss through the spilling of ink and the melting of ice. Like I like that it so much of it is about writing and how much writing things out is both hurting and healing at the same time. But then the end line with the melting of the ice cubes makes me think of that drink that one sips upon in order to try to numb the pain. So I really thought that was a strong ending. But I also really liked where it said, "I see the light as my lines get lighter. I smirk, clench my left fist, and brace myself for hope, only to realize I'm just running out of ink." And then the whole closing stanza after that. But absolutely amazing and very well done. Thank you for sharing with us.
Oh, yes. Hang on. Now I can't find my comment that I just wrote. Uh,
I know it used to be you'd like
it would be at the top. Now it's at the
it would
bottom.
be at the top. Yeah, it would be like they would show you what your comment was at the top.
God, I mean, if I don't go crazy with the new system, I don't know who will. I thought this was a wonderful piece penned. Great lines throughout, excellent expression of thoughts. And I picked it up here from I see the light as my lines get lighter. I smirk, clench my left fist, and brace myself for hope, only to realize I'm just running out of ink. I stop and read, reread, then read again, for no writer is whole until all the commas are drawn and a semicolon is surgically implanted where it doesn't belong, right there at the end, where hope and ink collide, where poets exhale, making the last scribbles appear in darker tones, subtly contrasting with the diluted scotch now that the 2 ice cubes have melted. Yeah, I thought this was a great piece, and thank you so much, Raven, for crawling in, for joining us the other day in the room and sharing this piece with us. I like it. I don't think this whole thing is backwards to me. Good God, Gert. think Kevin just wants to see who's paying attention. I do.
Right?
I can't wait to find. I can't wait to get over there and find out how it's going to be with the boards all swapped upside
Oh
down.
my gosh.
Mm.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm just holding off as long as possible.
Right, right. And it used to be when you made a comment and you entered it, your comment stayed up alone by
Yes.
itself at the top. It doesn't even do that anymore. It just shoves it all down at the bottom. Oh
Yep.
God.
I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who we're trying to make happy, but it won't be me. Let me just say. Okay, Pam. This next piece I'm going to put up is called. Oh, hang on. Let's see what the 6 comments over here are. Oh, nope. That's Robbie and Erin having a blast. It works for me. Okay, Pam. This next piece is called "Stories of Jack Lilac 3" by Jack Blue. So, whenever you are ready.
All right. Oh, wrong poem. Think I have to refresh here. All right. There we go. Found it. All right. 2 little dogs investigate the lovely lies of peachy pies when the symphony of spells or the kaleidoscope of visions storms around the childish mind with lullabies of lunacy. The silence or the noisy void does not reflect the scary curses, but a lack of holy tweets or canticles like messages when a linden with a lute casts a heavenly blue song. Efficiently and silently, a pixie gathers bluish pebbles simply for tomorrow's moon and lays them on the clay of hope before they flow in time or later through the thunderbolts of snow. Some days, happy starry street or the stream of lilac pebbles appears after banshees' bells in the endless dismal distance until our grayish puppies find the happy hats of blue beyond. End poem.
Nice read, Pam. Nice read. This is a nice little story poem, as so many of Jack's are. Um, deficiency and silent, efficiently and silently, a pixie gathers bluish pebbles, simply for tomorrow's moon, and lays them on the clay of hope before they flow in time or later through the thunderbolts of snow. Some days, happy starry street, or the stream of lilac pebbles appear after banshees' bells in the endless dismal distance until our grayish puppies find the happy hats of blue beyond. Uh, Sometimes I get lost up with some of his image. Well, the imagery is always good. I just get kind of turned around as to where are we going, Mr. Jack Blue? Where are we going? But but I thought it was well done. The pixie, what again, so often in his rights, there's a pixie or a fairy or a witch, or a donkey. You never know. But I like the imagery in this a lot. I think it's pretty well done. So thank you, Luke, for sharing with us as always, and nicely done. Nicely done.
Absolutely. Great comment there, Jean. Um, and yeah, I love the imagery in this. It's so magical. And I like how he brings music into it with the mention of the canticles. The silence or the noisy void does not reflect the scary curses, but a lake of holy tweets or canticles like messages with a linden when a linden with a lute casts a heavenly blue song. That's the word I was curious about, like what exactly a linden is. Like, well, I've heard of linden seeds or lindenberries, so it must be a reference to lindenberries, and I think that would actually fit somehow. I don't know how, but with his theme. I love his use of colors. I feel like this one does have a darker edge than some of his other rights. With the mention of the banshees, that end stanza with the mention of the banshees, with banshees, usually being mythological figures that are represent the calling of death or bad news oftentimes. And but I like how this seems to speak on the idea of no matter what else is going on, having hope for what is coming tomorrow. And I thought there were great lines throughout, but I did especially like those last two stanzas. Very well done by Jack Blue.
Right. I have to say, Pam, the only thing I've ever heard of is linden tree. And the way that Jack always has some kind of a whimsical tale of sorts, it wouldn't surprise me for him to have a linden tree with a flute or a lute. Sorry, a lute.
Oh, okay,
It just,
that would make
to me, it just
sense.
kind of
That
goes
would
with the
make sense.
imagery of his normal shares. Oh,
There are actually linden tree berries,
oh, I
but
believe I believe there are
yours
berries.
does make sense for how he usually writes his poetry.
Right, right. The imagery to me, I see the tree holding the lute. But that does not make me correct. It just makes me a good guesser. Just saying. Ah,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes. Okay,
makes makes sense to me for sure.
okay. The next piece that I'm going to put up is called A Chronology of an Ending Foretold by Fallen Alone. It's nice to see her back, too. It's been ages. Um, at first, it was an evening sun that parted these clouds, a gentle flick of golden rays where we'd simmered under the swishing skirts of our sauntering hearts and their stuttering yearnings. And so it had begun, another tale akin to love. It was then a long hand that parted my hair, a shy whisper of fingertips on my cheekbones, my breath a skipping stone at your command. You'd needed to only blink, and I would have sunk into a bottomless well of hope that you, with your love stricken heart, would remain unchanging by me. And there it was, the coarse beginnings of an unraveling of tangled fates. Eventually, it had been a drought that parted our hearts, a leaden absence of need, for all blooms are destined to decay and scatter, along with the early stirrings of a fondness long forgotten, not much unlike that undated evening. And thus it ended. It had ended. Another tragedy parading as love. End the poem.
Great read there, Jean. And what a powerful write. Amazing imagery and metaphors, beautifully haunting. This is an excellent write that feels like getting into a relationship that you know isn't going to last and taking that chance anyways. Um, and I don't know. I just you can feel the sense of loss, the sense of hurt, and I like that title, a chronology of an ending foretold. It makes me also wonder if it isn't in part about an ending, a self-fulfilled prophecy, like being so convinced that something is going to happen that you behave in such a way to make it happen. And I think there's great lines throughout, but I especially liked eventually it had been a drought that parted our hearts, a leaden absence of need, for all blooms are destined to decay and scatter, along with the early stirrings of a fondness long forgotten, not much unlike that undated evening, and thus it ended. Another tragedy parading as love.
Hmm.
Wonderful lines and very well done by Fallen Alone.
Right? Um, Uh, hang on. Uh, Hold on a second before I forget what I'm going to type.
All right.
Yeah, I thought this was beautifully penned as always. Um, Pam, do you remember Falling Alone? It's been a long time since she's actually been around.
I don't
Yes,
recognize the name.
yeah, she was from way back when Andy and Cheryl had their show on Sunday nights. She was
Oh, okay.
she was from prior to that, um, so that goes back pretty far. And she had been away for a while. I know she was in school for a long time.
Well, it's good to have her back.
Absolutely. But she's always been a wonderful poet. I thought there were wonderful lines all the way through this piece, and I thought she did a great job expressing her thoughts in the piece as well. Um, I picked up a lot of this, and I'm not going to read it all. But and so it had begun, another tale akin to love. It was then a long hand that parted my hair, a shy whisper of fingertips on my cheekbones, my breath a skipping stone at your command. You needed to only blink, and I would have sunk into a bottomless well of hope, that you, with your love-stricken heart, would remain unchanging by me. And then I took it all the way down to the end because I thought that it was really, I think is a really great piece. Uh, at the end, she comes across, she's got all that in the beginning, where there's hopes and thoughts, like maybe it'll go somewhere, and then things turn around, and then and thus it had ended. Another tragedy parading as love. So I think this was just an exceptional piece and very well done. And thank you for sharing with us tonight, Fallen Alone. I know she's in India, so it's like, at least I'm pretty sure she's in India. It's kind of late there. So,
Yeah.
so she had actually stopped into the studio about a half hour before the show, and then she realized that there was another half hour to go. She goes, if I don't sleep now, I'll never sleep. And I just laughed. I said, yeah, I know that feeling.
Oh, I get that.
Right? Absolutely. Okay, Pam. This next piece, I'm going to put up for you. Let me see. Uh, the Shapelessness Required to Make Love by Ben Hart. So whenever you are ready.
All right. This is where I attend you last, my dissonant creator. This is where I choose to love alone. Cuckoo, are these still my dreams, or has sleep in orbit of you rendered me merely a stowaway in a stranger's Catonia? Scattered memories of light, muted evermore as they sink further and further into the glass bones of darkness. Is it you that compels these worlds to fall from me, who keeps me suspended in the moment of mutual amnesia, where the rain shatters river and the river from me simply begins again, begins again, begins again? Are these still my dreams, or am I living them as your apprentice, forever failing to undo himself from a womb called death? End poem.
Hmm. Great read, Pam. Now I have to read it real quick again because I have to do this another once over. Um, hmm. There's so many good lines in this. Ben is notorious for great lines and a wonderful way of putting things together. And sometimes I just have to like kind of think a little harder. So I have to apologize for that. Um, let's see. Ah, My gosh, where do I want to pick this one up? Uh, uh, oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, in the beginning, there is where I attend you last, my dissonant creator. This is where I choose to love alone. Cuckoo, are these still my dreams? Or is sleep in orbit of you rendered me merely a stowaway in a stranger's catatonia? Um, and then when you get down towards the end again, uh, he repeats back, are these still my dreams? Or am I living them as your apprentice, forever failing to undo himself from a womb called death? It, there's a lot of depth in Ben's words, and I'm always kind of hesitant to make comment on them because I never want to make less of them, um, because I don't always catch on so quick. But there's wonderful lines and wonderful references in this to his thoughts. It's a depth of expression. Let's put it that way. That only Ben really can pull off like this. You know, yeah. I don't know. I just think it's just well done. Whenever I read Ben's stuff, usually his emotions catch me before his words do. I don't know how that. I don't. It probably makes me sound like I'm nuts, but his emotions usually capture me before any of his words ever do. So I mean, there's always you can capture the sadness or the the wanting or change or sadness. Whatever he does, he throws that out there, and he does it so well that you can't help but be touched by it. So in that respect, that I give him a lot of kudos for that. Um, Sometimes the title itself, the shapelessness required to make love. You have to be able to almost become fluid to make things work. In my thoughts, that doesn't make me right. And it's funny because I'm reading this and I'm going, God, did I read this before? But I see now he has a shapelessness series and he's got 12 pieces in it. So I feel so much better because I'm like, I know if I read this, I would have commented. But very well done. And thanks for the share, Ben. Great job. The emotions are definitely well expressed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great comment there, Jean. Yeah, Ben is definitely a very strong and wonderful poet, lots of talent. There is definitely an emotional impact within this right. Amazing imagery and metaphors. Um, I like how it speaks to me on the idea of almost it feels almost like a sense of a deep connection, a connection that's so deep that it's difficult to tell yourself from that person. And then the idea to where it almost feels like it becomes a little bit both beautiful and scary at the same time, with the idea of you don't even know anymore which thoughts are your own. Are you following your own dreams, or are you following somebody else's dreams? I love the physical representation of his lines, the way they flow back and forth, and just amazing lines throughout. But I especially like scattered memories of light, muted everywhere, evermore as they sink further and further into the glass bones of darkness. Is it you that compels these worlds to fall from me? Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done by Ben Hart.
Absolutely. Where the hell did Yumpy, or not Yumpy, go? Where the hell did Q go? Jeez, these people, they just can't wait to run out on us. I'll
I
do it.
tell you, well, he probably, I don't know, probably grabbed something to
Right?
wash down that burger with or something.
Maybe, maybe. Maybe he
He,
went to find the maple whiskey. You never know.
yeah, yeah, that or yeah, you never know. You never know. He probably thought that actually sounds really good, and now he's just passed out, drooling on his keyboard.
Mm, there you go. There you go. Could be. Could be. Must have been you talking about Pringles earlier. Must have got him going.
That's it.
Yeah.
He gave up on his Pringles fast.
Absolutely. Okay. This next piece I put up is by Yumpy, and it's called The Coat That Learned My Name. Third poem in the Gospel Within the Coat, a 5-part series. At dawn's pale seam, I felt thee near, no choir shrieking in my ear, no tinge of guilt, no rotting hymn, but something soft, subdued, and dim. The coat returned, though changed in guise. Its buttons shed their jaundiced eyes. The mouths that once devoured breath now murmured not of shame nor death. They lingered low like humbled choir, no longer wrought of dread or ire. Their tendrils curled, no longer wild, as though confession made them mild. Thou called me forth, the fabric spoke, its voice no longer stitched in smoke. I fed on silence, lived on lies, but truth hath taught me gentler skies. It draped itself upon my frame, no phantom lips, no searing flame. Its threads once slick with spectral ache, now wove a warmth no fear could break. Within my ribs a softened hum, the hymn that once made conscience numb. It pulsed not sharp with guilt or dread, but like a lullaby instead. The ravens perched upon the eaves, with feathers still as winter leaves. They watched the coat embrace my chest, as though it sought a place to rest. I am, it whispered, not thy bane, but what remains than truths are named. A relic of the words once swallowed, now freed, now spoken, now unhallowed. It seems aligned with quiet grace, no longer clawing for their place. The mouths that wailed in spectral din now only breathed the dawn within. And as I walked, the coat kept close, a witness, not a ghastly host. Its weight no longer steeped in blame, but memory's soft, unburdened shame. For guilt, when voiced, becomes a thread that binds the living to the dead, and truth, once freed from silent bone, can teach the darkest choir tone. So now I bear this altered skin, a coat that bears my name within. Its murmurs guide, not tear apart, and peace at last adorns my heart. End poem.
Wonderful read there, Jean. And what an amazing write by Yumpy. Great rhyme and flow, amazing imagery. I look forward to reading even more of the writes in this series. It's very captivating. It's dark and haunting, wonderful mythology. I could definitely see this being made into a book. And, I thought I liked how there's this idea of the spirit within the coat that has absorbed both the dark and the light of this world. That the idea that um, like I get the impression of kind of spending most of a life seeing and understanding darkness, and then all of a sudden having a revelations of exposure to light and peace and a sense of guidance. Um, and I thought there really was just amazing lines throughout. And but I especially like, thou called me forth, the fabric spoke, its voice no longer stitched in smoke. I fed on silence, lived on lie, the truth hath taught me gentler skies. It draped itself upon my frame, no phantom lips, no searing flame. Its thread, once slick with spectral ache, now wove a warmth no fear could break. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done by Yumpy.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought this was an excellent piece. A wonderful rhyme and meter throughout. Like, that's a given with Yumpy. I look forward to reading the rest of the series as well. Amazing imagery and stanzas throughout. I picked it up here. I am it whispered, not thy vein, but what remains when truths are named. A relic of the words once swallowed, not now freed, now spoken, now unhallowed. It seems aligned with quiet grace, no longer clawing for their pace, their place. The mouths that wailed in spectral din now only breathe the dawn within. Uh, you know, I really could have just picked them all up. I'm not going to lie. I mean, from beginning to end, I really thought that this was wonderful. I love the imagery in it. You know, and yeah, this is just great. And like I said, I can't wait to read the rest of them. Hopefully, hopefully you will share more with us, Yumpy, because I'm lousy about going everywhere to everybody's pages. I don't want to lie.
Absolutely. I actually did see that the other two that he put in his AN, I actually did comment on those. In fact, one he had written for the Halloween week episode of Echoes in the Dark.
Oh, there you go.
But,
very good. Very good. Yeah, this is great. Okay, so let me go back over here and see what. Oh, next piece up is Quicken's music. See, he left. See, that's what happens when you leave.
Well, I know he's listening in YouTube because he laughed.
Oh, there he is. He's over there laughing now. Yep. Yep. There we go. I should have known he wasn't going to go too far. Okay. So let me put this up. And I bet you'll never guess. I have an audio for this one.
Awesome.
Okay, and this is called Control-Alt-Delete by Quicken's Music. So, here goes.
213 whole room monitor blue, cursor blinking like it knows what I'll do. Your message sitting open, one line too long. I hit escape, but the feeling stayed on. You always knew which little key to press, how to make my own thoughts sound second best. I checked every word before I let it leave, like anything from me needed your permission to breathe. You kept trying to command prompt me, type your version, make it come from me. Every answer had to land your way till I forgot I was allowed to say no. Control-Alt-Delete. I held control while you altered me. Now every lie you left behind dies the second that I speak. Control-Alt-Delete. I won't erase what happened to me. I remember every bit. You just don't get the rest of me. You never broke in, I handed you the code. That's the part that burns when the whole thing goes. I started saying sorry before you made a sound, started calling it peace when I was just shutting down. You hit enter on words I never would have chosen, and watched me carry them like they were my own. I lived in safe mode, barely letting myself through, small enough to keep you calm, quiet enough to suit you. You kept trying to command prompt me, but I found one word you couldn't type for me. No, not this time. The screen asked, restore to an earlier date. I sat there staring with both hands over the keys, back to asking what I did every time you changed the rules, back to shrinking in the doorway while you swore I made you cruel. No, keep every warning, every hard-earned piece. I'm not deleting history, I'm deleting your permission to keep editing me. Escape! I tried to leave, command prompt. You spoke through me. Control! I take it back. Alter, I survive that. Delete. Not me, not the past. Just your hands off what comes next. Control-Alt-Delete. I took control of what you altered in me. Now every lie you left behind the second that I speak. I won't restore another version of me. I remember every bit. You just don't get the rest of me. You were never the whole system, just a command. I stopped obeying.
Okay, Pam.
Right. Thank you for the audio cue. It is very much appreciated. This is a really powerful write, as always, by Q. Great use of repetition with Control Alt Delete. Also makes for wonderful word play. And strong lines throughout. This hard hitting, great use of repetition. This is an excellent write in the voice of one who will no longer be controlled and finds their own voice. And I thought there was great lines throughout. And I especially liked the screen ask, restore to an earlier date. I sat there staring with both hands over the keys back to ask what I did. Every time you changed the rules back to shrinking in the doorway while you swore I made you cruel. No, keep every warning, every hard-earned piece. I'm not deleting history. I'm not deleting your permission to keep editing me. Escape. I tried to leave. Command prompt. You spoke through me. Control. I take it back. Alter. I survived that. An amazing write on what it's like to live in an abusive and controlling relationship, and to find the strength to take your life back and to walk away. So amazing, absolutely an amazing write by Quicken, and very well done. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Absolutely. Oh, wait, I just put a semicolon and Rhymed Raven would be proud of me.
I know nothing about semicolons.
I know
I'm
that
not even sure what they're used for.
I put it right in the middle of a word. Oh, God, that's not where it belongs. Yeah, I thought this was an amazing piece by Quicken. Wonderfully penned, strong lines, and very well done. I thought it was excellent work as always. Keep every warning, every hard-earned piece. I'm not deleting history. I'm deleting your permission to keep editing me. Escape. I tried to leave. Command prompt. You spoke through me. Control. I take it back. Alter. I survived that. Delete. Not me, not the past. Just your hands off what comes next. Control. Alt. Delete. I took control of what you altered in me. Now every lie you left behind dies the second that I speak. I won't restore another version of me. I remember every bit. You just don't get the rest of me. You were never the whole system, just a command I stopped obeying. I thought that there was so many great lines in this, and just an excellent job. And thanks for sharing, Quicken. This was really, well, it's just another one of those wonderful pieces. I don't know. He's a clever fella. Yes, yes. Yes. Okay. So I love his audios. I think they're always good.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. Let me see if I can fix that word there. I'm making up words again, Pam. just like I do on Facebook. Always making up words. It's scary. And when I read them, I'm scarier yet. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay, I'll tell you what. It's we got time for another one. And then Okay, Pam. Yes. I had to stop and think of who this was. Okay, this next one I'm going to put up. This is called The Wait by Jody Melton. So, Pam, whenever you are ready.
All right. They tell me I should smile more, and I do. God knows I do. I have laughter echoing through these rooms, a sun whose tiny fingers wrap around mine like they believe I could stop the earth from spinning. A daughter becoming the kind of soul that reminds me goodness still survives. A roof that no longer leaks, food enough to bless the table, and mornings I once prayed I'd live to see. I am happy, but happiness has never blinded me. A restless animal that studies every loose rung on the ladder, every pain that
Pam, we lost you.
bad diagnosis, one wrong step on wet concrete, one distracted driver, one
Pam,
enough clocks.
Pam, you keep cutting out. Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, there she goes. She might be back. I'm sure she's. Well, I could tap dance a little bit. See? Did you hear that? You didn't know I was that talented, did you guys? Hey, Pam's back. Hi, Pam. I was tap dancing while you were going. Oh, there she is. Hello? I don't think she can hear me.
I'm back. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can now. I
Okay.
can. You kept cutting out on Jody's poem.
Yeah, I know. I could tell because I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me. So,
Oh no, I couldn't hear a thing. Nothing.
yeah. Did you finish reading it?
I did not because I wasn't
Oh,
sure
okay.
how you wanted to do this. Do you want to start it over? Because
I will go ahead and start it over, but if I cut out, just go ahead and pick up where I left off,
okay,
or approximately. All right.
I'll know.
The Wait by Jody Melton. They tell me I should smile more, and I do. God knows I do. I have laughter echoing through these rooms, a son whose tiny fingers wrap around mine like they believe I could stop the earth from spinning, a daughter becoming the kind of soul that reminds me goodness still survives, a roof that no longer leaks, food enough to bless the table, and mornings I once prayed I'd live to see. I am happy, but happiness has never blinded me. There lives inside me a restless animal that studies every loose rung on the ladder, every pain that lingers one day too long, every curve in the road where fate has a habit of forgetting names. I know this show ends. One bad diagnosis, one wrong step on wet concrete, one distracted driver, one heartbeat deciding it has punched enough clocks. I've walked too many miles through fire to pretend the finish line cannot disappear beneath my boots. That isn't fear, it's memory. It's knowing how quickly a man can become a photograph, his tools gathering dust, his boots waiting by the door for feet that will never return. Being a man ain't for the faint of heart. You build while knowing storms are coming. You love knowing loss has your address. You kiss your children goodnight while silently bargaining with tomorrow for one more sunrise. Maybe that's our quiet courage, not pretending we're immortal, but hammering nails, paying bills, holding trembling hands, laughing at dumb jokes, and planting trees we'll never sit beneath. I carry gratitude in one hand and mortality in the other. Both are heavy, both are true. And somehow, between those impossible weights, I keep putting one boot in front of the other, calling that stubborn march a life. End poem.
Wow. Great read, Pam. Great read. We heard every word of it this time.
All right, very good.
Ah,
Very
I don't know
good.
what was happening, but it was happening. Um, ah, God, this is another one of those great pieces by Jody. Um, I'm trying to figure out. God, this is another one. It's like so many others that we get submitted on a Friday. It's kind of like, wow, you could just pick up so much of it. Um, God, if I do that, well, I'm going to put it. I've walked too many miles through fire to pretend the finish line cannot disappear beneath my boots. That isn't fear, it's memory. It's knowing how quickly a man can become a photograph, his tools gathering dust, his boots waiting by the door, for feet that will never return. Being a man ain't for the faint of heart. You build while knowing storms are coming. You love knowing loss has your address. You kiss your children goodnight while silently bargaining with tomorrow for one more sunrise. Maybe that's our quiet courage. Not pretending we're immortal, but hammering nails, paying bills, holding trembling hands, laughing at dumb jokes, and planting trees we'll never sit beneath. I carry gratitude in one hand and mortality in the other. Both are heavy, both are true. I may as well go ahead and finish reading it. And somehow, between those impossible weights, I keep putting one foot in front of the other, calling that stubborn march a life. Wonderful, wonderful piece, and very well. I think his points were very well made in this. Um, yeah, it's just, and this is another one. As with Yumpies, I mean, they pick it up at the beginning and take it all the way to the end, and never feel any kind of way about it. You know what I mean? Eh, because
Absolutely.
all the lines are great, the stanzas are great, um, the expression of thought is wonderful throughout, and just really really well done. I see the prompt is Thunder by Imagine Dragons. I'm not familiar, but I'm sure you are, Pam. Um, at least I think you are. I think you like Imagine Dragons, don't you? Or is this another life from you?
Yes, yes. Yeah,
Okay,
they have some really good music.
right. So yeah, so I think that this is just, aside from the prompt, because I don't know the prompt, I think that this piece is definitely a standalone and very, very well done. So thank you, Jody, as always, for sharing with us.
Absolutely. Great comment there, Jean. Yeah, this is just a powerful, right, with thoughtful and heartfelt lines. I like how it speaks to me on facing the reality that life will eventually end, but in the meantime, having the quiet courage to live it fully and one step at a time. There's this real sense of how he sees his blessings and he appreciates what he has, but he knows that the reality is it doesn't last forever, and he lives just one day at a time. And I like how it speaks on quiet courage. Maybe that's our quiet courage, not pretending we're immortal, but hammering nails, paying bills, holding trembling hands, laughing at dumb jokes, and planting trees we'll never sit beneath. I carry gratitude in one hand and mortality in the other. both are heavy. Just absolutely an amazing write and very well done by Jody Melton.
Absolutely. Okay. Mm, must be that smoke getting to me. Okay. The next piece, it's 10 till. I'm going to try and get 2 of these in. So, let me pick up this next one. And then we're going to, all right, you're right after Visago. It's nothing personal. Nothing personal. Just trying to get them all in. The Full Moon Hunt by Visago. Okay. Tonight I woke with a different hunger. The moon, full, bleeding through a cracked glass vein high in the wall of my tomb. They buried me here in stone, believing I would fade. I didn't. I returned, not human, something older, something primal. It's been years I learned to hide the fangs to quiet the thirst. But the full moon, it calls. It always calls. I rise. Stone dust falls from me as I crawl from my grave. I look back at the prison they made and smile. It held for centuries. But one crack, one beam of moonlight was enough. I dissolve. Mist. Slip through the dark like breath escaping a corpse. And outside I stretch. Cold body, half a heartbeat. Still alive enough. Then I smell it. Human. My head lifts wolf-like. The fangs slide out on their own. No command, just instinct. A village in the distance. I know that place. They buried me. A growl escapes, low and feral. I run, through forest, through shadow, faster and faster. Then I stop. Another scent. Blood. Different. Pure. I turn without thought. Faster now. Driven. I find her by the stream. Water in her hands, moonlight in her eyes. She doesn't even see me before I'm there. My fangs sink deep. The moment, the rush, warmth flooding a dead body. She turns, half aware. No fear, only pleasure. My bite does that. I drink, slow, complete. And before the last breath leaves her, I bite my own wrist. Let a drop fall into her dying mouth. I leave her there on the bank. Not dead, not anymore. Now, I'm not alone. End poem.
Great read there, Jean. This is an amazing dark tale by Visago. Beautifully haunting and vampiric in voice. I like how, it has such wonderful imagery, and it speaks in the voice of a creature of shadows that has risen from the grave. And I definitely think this has really great use of spacing and strong lines throughout. And I liked it all the way through, but I especially like I turn without thought, faster now, driven. I find her by the stream, water in her hands, moonlight in her eyes. She doesn't even see me before I'm there. My fangs sink deep. The moment, the rush, warmth flooding a dead body. She turns half aware, no fear, only pleasure. My bite does that. I drink, slow, complete. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done.
Hmm. Yeah, I thought this was a great piece by Visago. The story was so well told in this. It's a story that we've all heard so many times in so many different ways. But this one's very different. I think I've never heard a version like this. So that I enjoy. They buried me. One crack was all it took. One crack, one beam of moonlight was enough. I dissolve, mist. You know, But then he goes on. Uh, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. A growl escapes low and feral. I run through forest, through shadow, faster and faster. Then I stop. Another scent, blood, different, pure. I turn without thought, faster now, driven. I find her by the stream, water in her hands, moonlight in her eyes. She doesn't even see me before I'm there. Yeah, there's a whole lot. Uh, it's a simple version, but it's wonderful, because it has just enough to keep you reading, and I think it was just very well done. So thank you, Vizago. I really like this take on the vampire story. Um, first I thought it was going to be a werewolf story, but then I was like, wait a minute now, we're changing horses here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was very, very nice. A lot of
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. Me
lots of
too.
great lines. Um, Absolutely. Okay, I think we only have like 3 poems left on the board. Yeah, we do. We actually have 4. Um, so I mean, I don't know if you're up for hanging in there, Pam, but you know, it's entirely up to you. This next piece I'm putting up though is "Gone Again" by Aaron Panther. Yeah, I have to find the room again. It's over here somewhere. Yes, there it is. Okay, and this one I have an audio for. So give me a second and let me put that up. Okay, here we go.
You left your coffee half full, half cold. Your hoodie on the chair like a body with no soul. You said I'll text you, keys already in your hand. Door clicked there, shifted, silence took a stand. Gone again, like the last time, like the last lie. You're gone again, echo in the hallway, headlights in my eyes. I keep reaching for your shadow, touching air instead of skin. Say you'll stay, then you're gone again. Yeah, you say you'll stay, then you're gone again. Friends say you're better, I scroll, pretend I agree, but every stupid song sounds like you and me. Your toothbrush by the sink like it's still on your side. Little blue reminder you already said goodbye. Gone again, like the last time, like the last lie. You're gone again, echo in the hallway, headlights in my eyes. I keep reaching for your shadow, touching air instead of skin. Say you'll stay, then you're gone again. Every forever turns to gone again. How do you leave so easily? You drop your love like car keys. I clean the mess you make inside my head. You'll call at 2 a.m. and I'll pick up again instead. Yeah, gone again, like the last time, like the last lie. You're gone again, echo in the hallway, headlights in my eyes. I keep reaching for your shadow, touching air instead of skin. Say you'll stay, then you're gone again. I know the end before it all begins. You say you're mine, then you're gone again.
Hmm. Okay, Pam.
All right. Well, thank you for that SoundCloud, Aaron. It is very much appreciated. And Jean, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought this was an excellent piece. Very well done. I thought both of the verses were great, and I loved the chorus. You know, Aaron, I have to say this one sounds familiar to me. You must have something similar to this floating around. Not music wise or voice wise, but you must have something that's written similarly. Because I can't talk. I love the bridge. I thought that was really well done. And your end chorus, which I think you only added the one extra line. I know the end before it all begins. You know, you say your mind, then you're gone again, gone again. But really, really well done. Very well done. I like the choice of music and I like the choice of voice. It reminded me of something in the very beginning, though, and I can't put my finger on it. Um, and it was just in the beginning music. It reminded me of something. It just seemed familiar. But yeah, really great piece. And yes, I liked it very much. Very much, very much. So well done and great job. And thank you for sharing with us. Absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I see that we only have two left. If you want to go ahead, we can do those two.
Okay, 1 second.
All right.
Uh, I think there's three, though.
I only see two. I see Mike Horsfall and T. Manzano. Who else do you see?
There's one above Aaron's. Sorry.
Oh, one above Aaron's.
Yeah, I skipped it to
Oh,
make sure I got his name.
oh, okay, okay. Yes, yes. All
Okay.
right.
So,
Well, that's fine.
okay. Okay, let me figure out what I'm doing. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Aaron, I was going to copy a bunch of lines and put them, but uh, trust me, all the ones I said I wanted to copy and paste. Um,
Oh
okay.
yeah, yeah. I forgot. I still need to comment on Aaron's. Um,
Oh, well,
but yeah, I thought this was beautifully written lyrics. Strong emotive lines. Definitely speaks well in the voice of one who constantly faces the pain of love that is betrayed, and great lines throughout. But I especially like verse 2 and the bridge. So nicely written and very well done.
damn it, Aaron, she did it to me again. See how she is, right? I, well, right now you only got the one verse copied and pasted, so, but trust me, she's messing with my brain. Okay. So now, let me go back here. Uh, okay. Let me put this one up. And Pam, whenever you are ready. Evening Past by Sorry Days, or Das.
All right. Evening passed, it's been a rainy day, so sitting by the side of a window, the sky has been covered by the shadows, still searching for that ray which has forgotten its way. The fireflies playing with the winds chill out the eeriness of the mines. The flowers bathed in the water drench off the heat of the summer. The ponds getting overflowed, which once soaked by the scorching heat. The leaves started again to dance, removing the paleness from their bodies. Maybe in the same way, clouds will show the path to the ray someday. End poem.
Mm, nice read, Pam. Um, and good night, JoJo, and good night, Aaron. Have yourself a good one. Stay out of trouble. Got to tell them that, you know. I thought this was a great piece by Sori Das or Dace. Um, wonderful imagery, or lovely imagery, is what I wrote. Uh, you know, evening past, it's been a rainy day. So, sitting by the side of a window, the sky has been covered by the shadows, still searching for that ray which has forgotten its way. The fireflies playing with the winds chill out the eeriness of the mines. The flowers bathed in that water, drench off the heat of the summer. Each one of the stanzas is just has enough imagery in it that just kind of, I don't know, it paints a picture all its own. It was a great take if that's the prompt, great take on the prompt, but yet it doesn't need that prompt in order to be well done. It's standalone for sure. Um, yes, and
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree. Like it connects well with the prompt, but it is also a wonderful standalone piece. Beautiful imagery. Thoughtful lines. This is a wonderful write that shows the interplay between shadow and light and rain and sun, and gives a sense of balance created with uh, within life. And I thought there was great lines throughout, but I did especially like the fireflies playing with the winds chill out the eeriness of the mines, the flowers bathed in that water drenched off the heat of the summer. Wonderful lines, beautifully written and very well done by Sori Das.
all right. Okay, now the next piece I'm going to put up is okay. The next piece I'm going to put up is called "All the Beautiful Things" by Mike Horsfall. So, and here we go again. I hate when it doesn't give me a link. It just puts it up in plain text. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All the Beautiful Things by Mike Horsfall. I turn slowly among ruins. Dust falls like snowflakes, my weather endures. Plaster flakes flutter down like pale moths. The window coughs its light through swirled grime. I count nails, bent, uneven, rust sweet. I count threads in spider work, corner decorations. Each silk holds yesterday's tremor. Floorboards breathe, groan a chorus under my weight. A seed has split the wall brick. Its green is a small insistence, spreading like a soft carpet. The sink wears a ring of iron. Water once lived here, bright. Now it remembers in stains, stark rings. I lean close to the rot. It is not nothing. It is. Mold makes a map of time. Wood softens into velvet loss. Paint peels, curls like an open flower. In my eyes, beauty persists. It shimmers on broken edges. It shines on rotting remnants. Even alone, I attend details. Even decay offers its tender voice. I listen for the changeover, when the world loosens, opening, and I, too, let go gently. End poem.
Great read, Jean. Oh my goodness, this is such a beautiful and powerful write by Mike Horsfall. Really strong, visceral imagery and metaphors, haunting lines. I like how it speaks on the passing of time and learning to let go of that which will never be the same. I like how the imagery of rust and decay speaks on change and speaks on what was once beautiful, and then the idea of also letting go, and really strong lines all the way through, great imagery and very well done by Mike Horsfall.
Okay. Um, yes, I thought that this was a strong write by Mike and well penned imagery throughout the entire piece. The passage of time, it does not always allow things to shine. It it has its downsides, I guess I would say. Not everything is shiny. Things get dull, and as you said, the rust and the stains and the dark rings. The cobwebs in the corner and the dust falls like snowflakes. Um, but it's kind of the way we feel sometimes. Sometimes you look around and you go, wow. You feel like everything's just kind of falling apart around you. Sometimes it's falling around inside you, or falling apart inside you. It all just depends. But I think that this was very well expressed. It says decay, rot, beauty, and time. I guess even though it doesn't always shine, I guess there is a certain beauty inside of it from being weathered. You know, um, so I guess I can understand that. You know, but yeah, very well penned, and thank you, Mike, so much for sharing with us. And much appreciated.
Absolutely. Great comment there, Jean.
Thanks. Okay, and then our last piece on the board tonight is called Cereal Boxed. And this is by T. Manzano. And let me put it up in the room. And whenever you are ready, Pam.
All right. I walk on them sometimes, chiseled ends, imperfect cuts, filed down until they don't scream, until they pass for form. That wooden heel, click, click, a warning disguised as elegance, a sound men, boys, learned to follow. No one heard them coming, they never do. Only the after, the part we like, the split, the neat obedience of a body coming apart with intention. The same heel, click, click, echoing down a hallway, a forest, a familiar walkway that forgets as it carries them away. The 70s bred them feral, half raised on vacancy, on women hollowed out mid sentence, on silence that learned how to sharpen itself, waiting for the right time. And the knives, God, the knives, how clean they were, how willing we are to call that precision. We boxed them, named them, sold them back to ourselves in episodes, seasons, paused, rewound, zoomed in on the moment the light left. We studied the tremor, the hesitation, the almost mercy, picked it apart like it might confess something if we stared long enough. We said why, we said how, we said look at this, but what we meant was again, again, again. End poem.
Hmm. Nice read, Pam. Nice read. His author's notes pretty intriguing. It says we've turned serial killers into commodities, true crime as content, tragedy as a binge watch. I've got the popcorn. So do you. Um, yeah. Well, there's a lot of truth in that. There's a lot of true crime shows out there. A lot of them. You know. Uh, even the ones that might not be, and I'm using air quotes, true crime. They make to seem true crime, uh, promoting the same darkness that we have in the world today. Um, I was a little confused with the first line. I walk on them sometimes. Chiseled ends, imperfect cuts, filed down until they don't scream, until they pass for form. Maybe it was the first stanza that had me all confused. I don't know. But I'll pick it up here. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll take it down to here. That's the same heel, click, click, echoing down a hallway, a forest, a familiar walkway. that forgets as it carries them away. The 70s bred them feral, half raised on vacancy, on women hollowed out mid sentence, on silence that learned how to sharpen itself, waiting for the right time. And the knives, God, the knives, how clean they were, how willing we are to call that precision. We boxed them, named them, sold them back to ourselves in episodes, seasons, paused, rewound, zoomed in at the moment the light left. Yeah, I don't. It's a rough one because I watch a lot of true crime, and I can kind of follow this thought. Um, and yeah, very well done. I don't know, but there is a lot of truth in it. I have to say that. Um, seasons paused, rewound, zoomed in on a moment, the light left. Yeah, very well done,
Oh,
Donna.
absolutely.
Yeah, really well done. Clever thoughts here. I think
It
you captured
is,
that one.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's for sure. So thank you, Tim, for sharing with us tonight. Very well done.
Great comment there, Jean. Yeah, I don't know why, but I didn't pick up on the serial killer thing. I think I was taking it too metaphorically, but I did like the imagery in this. It's very hard-hitting lines, very visceral imagery. To me, it had spoken on pain that one becomes used to as they learn to walk on eggshells or stay in the box created for them. But obviously, like he said in his and we really are very obsessed with other people's um,
Tragedy.
tragedy, which doesn't surprise me too much considering that before all these shows came out and all these YouTube videos, we would like, and we still do, turn our necks to stare at people in car crashes. You
Mm,
know, I mean, it just seems to sadly be a part of human nature. And I think there's strong lines throughout, but I especially like the 70s bred them feral, half raised on vacancy, on women hollowed out mid sentence, on silence that learned how to sharpen itself, waiting for the right time. And the knives, God, the knives, how clean they were, how willing we are to call that precision. Wonderful lines, beautifully written and very well done by T. Manzano. And great show tonight, Jean.
Thank you, Pam. You too. Thanks for joining me. I hope Rex is having a good time.
I hope so too.
And
But yeah, looking forward to having him back.
right, right.
And
I'm not sure if we'll be having a Sunday show. It all depends on when he gets home. So, um, because originally I was gonna you just have him canceled because he's not due home until Sunday. And
right,
after you hang out with family for a few days, I mean, that's a good reason for a rest. So we'll have to see what comes of that. But yeah, a lot of good poetry tonight. Um, and enjoyable.
absolutely. I have to agree.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, yes, yes. So thank you everybody that hung out with us tonight. I hope everyone enjoyed. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Got a lot accomplished.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I thought we did. Yes, yes, yes. That's because. Oh, what did I do here? Oh,
They weren't picking as much. They weren't being as silly as much.
oh, they know I don't pay
So.
that much attention when I'm working. You know. Yes, I got business to take care of some days.
Taking care of business.
Taking care of business every day. One way or another,
Hmm.
anyway. But trust me, you won't hear me sing on air very often because I can't really sing.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
So anyway, Pam, thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate
Yep.
it. You have yourself. Oh, tomorrow night we have Echoes in the Dark. That's what Pam said. Right? Or am I confused? Oh, God. Pam, I cannot hear you. Can you hear me? Well, now she's gone. Tomorrow night is supposed to be Echoes in the Dark. Yes, at 10 p.m. Robbie says he's co-hosting, so I assume that is what is going on. Okay, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Yumpy, Robbie, Razago, Jojo, Errant, Quicken. Yes. And anybody else who is listening over on YouTube. Much appreciated it. And thank you to everybody who shared poetry. Have a great night.